Okay, and welcome to this tutorial creating the Blu-ray DVD cover for Daring to Dream, and this demonstration is using the online software. So you just load up PhotoPea.com in your browser and you're doing it online, so there's no need to download any software for this. It's very similar to Adobe Photoshop, and Affinity Photo is very similar too. So I've already got mine loaded and I'm going to click on a new project. Okay, and need to give it a name at the top here, so I'm going to call it Daring to Dream. And I know that I need millimeters, so I'm going to change that to millimeters, and the width is 266 millimeters by 148. And at the moment the DPI is set to 72. We know that's suitable for a web image, but we need to make this suitable for printing. So we're going to change that to 300. The background here says white, so I'm actually going to change that to transparent. And then I'm going to click on create. You can create an account, it is free. I should have logged into mine, but I haven't because it would save it. Okay, so I'm now going to add the guide, so I click on view and add guides. And the way I need to do this is put 1, 2, 6 and a comma and then 140, because we want our guidelines to be at those points. And there we go. So I'm now going to save my guideline, my thing. So it only gives me the option to save as PSD. Well, no, because I've actually saved, perhaps it just saves online in the background because I've given it a name, Daring to Dream. So it is in PSD at the moment. So that is the native format. Native meaning you can only open it in that program. So when we come to export, we can put it into TIFF and to PNG. So my next step, I'm just referring to my notes here. I need to drag all my images on. So I'm just going to open up my folder with my images, and I'm just going to drag them all on. Okay, I don't believe that is everything, but oh yes it is. Here they all come. So I don't need all these. It does take its time because it is browser based. So I'm just going to get rid of some of them. I don't actually need Honey, I Shrunk the Kids at the moment. All that one. That one, or 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 that one. So that just leaves us now with a few images. Okay, and to be able to actually sort of make adjustments to the images, okay, you need to make sure that you've put a tick in the transform controls, and then it actually lets you resize. Remember, if you're adjusting images, you should do it by the diagonal points, and then it helps to keep it in perspective. That's going to be one of my montage images. To remember to select the layer each time you want to move it. It's not quite as simple as using the other software, which you can do with a bigger view in. That's better. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I don't really want to see you anymore, so I'm going to take that off there. That's better. Right, so we've got an action shot. Okay, so I'm going to just try and make this montage. There we go. I must say I'm not finding it as easy to use as Affinity Photo. Just slightly harder to actually move things and select things. It's a case of just fiddling around to get them the right height. Probably could have put rulers on, that would have helped maybe. I think my team shot is just a little bit too big. Obviously, you know, but you've got a bit more time than me. You could probably just take more time zooming in and getting them all balanced level. Okay, what I'm going to show you here is how to crop an image. So first of all, I just need to make sure I've rasterized this. So right click on rasterize there. So it's rasterized. Then I need to click on layer, raster mask, reveal all. And then what I'm going to do is select the rectangle select tool and just want to get rid of that little bit at the bottom. Okay, so I select that, click on layer, raster mask, apply. Then I go back to layer, raster mask, hide selection. Okay, and then that gets rid of that bit for me. Okay, so what we're going to do now is add a title. So I click on T for text and draw my title out. No, hasn't selected it. So there's T for title. Draw my title out. Okay, it gives me a font there. If you click on the drop down, there are lots and lots of different ones, so you can choose what you want. I want my title to be gold, so if I click on the gold there, I can actually sort of click around and find different sorts of golds. Quite like that, so I'm going to click on OK. And my title is Daring to Dream. Now that is a little bit too small, so I'm going to highlight that. There we go, and make that bigger. There, okay. I'm just going to click on that to move it. Okay, and to make changes to the style of the text, we need to right click on the text layer and select blending options. And then we've got our bevel and emboss, which I quite liked before. And let's see what that looks like. That's actually really pretty, really quite like that. Okay, and then, okay, so I'm going to change the size of the font at this point, bring it right down before I start typing, and then it's England's apostrophe, just referring to my notes, story at the World Cup. Okay, now I want to move that. Maybe it could actually be a little bit bigger. And when I drag it, it does actually get bigger. And then remember, if I need to add the layer, the blending options, to click on that, and I'll put bevel and emboss on it again. Okay, I'm quite liking that. So the next thing I'm going to do is put on my spine title. Probably would have been better with a white background, because now I'm going to have to put a square in here and colour it in white. Oh, we don't want red, we want white, so we're going to just change that. So my spine, I'm going to put the text, let's get the text box again. This time I want red, because that's what it says in on my visualization diagram, and it's Dare to Dream. Probably wants to be a bit bigger. Okay, so I've got my text there. I actually want to rotate it, so rotating is a advanced tool. I'm going to bring it on here. It needs to go about halfway down, perhaps a little bit bigger. It does actually alter it. I should have done it with the, there we go, that's rather beautiful. I'm going to lock that. I'm also going to lock the other text as well. Lock Stadium. Was there anything else I wanted to lock? Football on the grass pitch. It's really important to lock things, because otherwise you might move them accidentally. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is add my age logo. So there it is. Let's move you out the way, love. Let's move you out the way. Okay, well, I'm hoping there's a magic wand. Okay, and what we're going to do now is remove the white background from the age certificate logo. So we go to this icon here, and select magic wand. Okay. That is not what I wanted to click. I suggest that I probably got to click on the age logo itself, and then select the magic wand, and then press backspace delete. Oh, it says it must be rasterized. Okay, so we right click and rasterize, and then let's try again with the magic wand, backspace delete, and it's got rid of our background. Awesome. Command and D, hopefully, to get rid of the flashing. It's not perfect, but it will do. Could do with perhaps being a little smaller. Okay, and it's in the corner there. Okay, let's try duplicate layer. Okay, so let's see if it now, oh yes, it does that. So I've actually got to do that so that it comes in front. Sometimes you can do it on here. No, okay, so it's image, layer, arrange, bring to front, and that brings that to front. Okay, perhaps just resize that slightly. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my World Cup in. That's that one I want. So I'm just going to bring that in on there. Again, I need to tell that to come to the front. So that's layer, arrange, bring to front. Okay, and maybe I'll make that just a little bit bigger. Remember to keep going back to that, to move it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put another white rectangle on there. I really should have put a white background rather than transparent to start off with. And I'm going to put another one at the bottom here. Just going to make that a bit longer there, higher. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my title, make it a little bit smaller and put it at the top there. It's locked, so I'm going to need to unlock it. Clicking on that, hoping that this is going to work. Edit, copy, edit, paste, and that I've got another one. Who knows? So just, no, don't think that that's going to do it. Perhaps I'll do it this way. Duplicate layer. There we go. So there's a copy. Yeah, there, it's done its time. That needs to layer, arrange, bring to front, and then I want to turn it around. Rotating is an advanced tool, as I said before. Okay. Could make that just a little bit smaller. Okay, and now I'm going to type my blurb. It's red. I'm going to leave it on 65. I'm not quite sure what is going to happen. Maybe I'll just bring it down actually to about 26. So I'm going to type now. Oh, that's probably a bit too small then. Okay, let's try that. So a family friendly documentary film following the trials and tribulations of the women's women's England football at the World Cup 2025. Okay, so put a tick in that. I'm going to lock that, and I'm going to lock that, and I'm going to lock my shapes. I need to lock the logo, lock everything that I've done so far. I'm actually just going to lock. I'm going to lock that folder too. I'm just absolutely worried that everything's going to go wrong, so we'll just see. We'll do that. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, lock that one as well. So my next step is to put my credits on. So I need to click the image there. Probably need to bring that to the front. Credits, I can't, oh there it is, hiding up there. Oh come on, move. I don't want it there. There we go. Ooh, it's a bit distorted. There we go. I'm just going to bring that down a little bit. I do intend to have some red lines in between those two. Okay, so let's lock that as well. That's now locked. Okay, I'm now going to add my technical information. I need to get my image back in, so I'm going to drag it in. It's loading it, as you can see. It does take some time. Need to remember to rasterize this, so it doesn't let me do it by right clicking. I'm going to right click up there and rasterize it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Layer, Raster Mask and Reveal All. Then I'm going to get the Transform Marquee tool and I'm going to highlight the stuff that I don't actually want. Okay, so I don't want that bit at the moment, and then I click on Layer again, back to Raster Mask, and click on Apply. Do it again, and then Hide Selection. So that hides that. Okay, so now I need to do that again to this part here. So Layer, Raster Mask. Oh, what's happened now? Apply. Or maybe I need to actually draw around it first. Okay, so let's get rid of that. That's it. And then Layer, Raster Mask, Apply, then Layer, Raster Mask, Hide Selection. Got a nasty white line appeared down there, so what I need to do again is probably, see if I can get rid of that by doing that. Layer, Raster Mask, Apply, Layer, Raster Mask, Hide Selection, and it's hidden that, thank goodness for that. Okay, so now what I need to do is just make that a bit bigger. Oh, there's a bit on there I don't want. Look, I've missed it. Oh, right, okay, so this is a good test for me. So if I highlight that bit I don't want, Layer, Raster Mask, Apply, Layer, Raster Mask, Hide Selection. Yes, brilliant. Okay. So now I just need to bring that back in and I need to make that a bit wider. A bit bigger. Okay, so I'm quite pleased with that now. Remember, I'm going to lock that so that I can't do anything to it. Now, what is that then? Not quite sure what that is. We'll try and ignore it. I want some red lines, so some red graphics to go across there. I think probably the easiest thing is to do a rectangle. Change it to red. Make it a bit smaller. I'll move it down. I'm going to use the arrows on my keyboard for this. Down and across, so it's at the end. And now I've made it too small. I'm going to undo that. Command Z to undo. So just going to bring that down this way. So right click there, duplicate layer. So now I've got two. Should be able to do that. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. Duplicate layer because I want one just there. Okay, so it's getting there. One thing I haven't done is my tagline here. I'm just going to lock these. so they're locked. I'm going to put my tagline in at the bottom here. A journey. It's going to be too big. Let's change that. 60. Back to here. A journey everyone will enjoy. And that's far too big, so we can get it smaller. I can double click in that to select it. It doesn't let you do it. Okay, well I'm going to do it this way then, drag it there. Okay, so if I wanted to add some effects to that, I can right click and do blending options, and I can choose whatever I really want. I might add a drop shadow, bevel. Maybe I'll take bevel off. Drop shadow looks quite nice. Okay, and click on OK. And that's needs to be locked. Okay, I'm now going to put the This Girl Can logo in. Where are you? This Girl Can, where are you hiding? Oh, there you go. Okay, take the tick off so we can see it. I reckon it's hiding under a box somewhere, so I'm going to... Okay, I need to bring that to front, so I'm going to Layer, Arrange, Bring to Front. There it is, there it is. Okay, I don't need to do anything to this, I just need to make it a bit smaller. Bring it in the middle there. Lock it, as normal. Okay, and then I want some stars. Now, I'm not sure where the stars are. Let's just see if we get any other option on here. Yes, we do. There we go. So, if I draw my star, well, that's not a star, is it? I thought I was going to get a star. Not quite sure why I haven't got a star. Maybe I have to do something to it. Shape. Oh, there we go. I have to look for it up here. Star. Okay. And then close it down. Let's draw it again. Yes, there we go. So I'm just going to get rid of that one. Okay, so I can leave it red if I wanted, or I can make it gold. And add a few more of those. Duplicate layer. It's not very easy to move things here. Come on. Maybe I can move it that way using my keyboard. There we go. So I can move it out of the way. Come on. Make it bigger than move it then. That's easier, isn't it? You can probably tell I'm not enjoying using this software. Let's make another copy. Duplicate layer. Ah, this time it moves first time. Duplicate layer. No, this time it's not going to. Let's undo that. Make it bigger then. Make it smaller again. Hope I get the same size. Oh, I'm going to do one more because it's 5-star. There we go. Actually, that could probably do being a bit bigger. This girl can unlock it. Brilliant. So let's lock that again. Let's lock our shapes. Okay, so on my visualization diagram, I've got a little tagline that says "They dared to dream." So I'm now going to add that. Draw my text box out. I'm going for black. So I'm now going to type they dared to dream. Too big, so let's make that smaller. I want it on one line really. There we go. Now what I want to try now is I want to try and curve it around like that. So I'm thinking if I click on warp, it might do. No, it doesn't let you do anything when you do warp. Oh yes, maybe it does. Oh yes, found it. How brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted to do. There you go. You just have to fiddle around with things really. But that is exactly what I wanted to do. They dared to dream. Don't know why I've got that little dot there, but we'll let that go. Okay, so let's lock that bit. Right, now I want to play with my main image here. So where are your main image? Main image there. So she needs to be brought forward. So we go to layer, arrange, bring to front. She's a little bit out of perspective. Looks like she's been twisted a little as well. Right, I want to get the background off her. I'm going to make sure she's rasterised first of all. So I'm going to right click up there. I reckon she is rasterised. I reckon I did it at the beginning. I am going to try the magic wand, see what happens. Oh yes, I can click on it and I can delete my backgrounds like that. Lovely. I reckon possibly it might be quicker if I get the rubber. Now that's a new tool for us. Wonder which one the rubber is. So you hover over things, generally they tell you what they are. Eraser, let's try the eraser tool. I'm going to be brave and go for a slightly bigger one. Yes, no, you're not working. You're not working, are you? So that's not what I want to do. Okay, let's go back to, let's do this tolerance up 20. See if that makes a difference when we click on it. Yes, it does. It's a bit long-winded doing it this way. It would have been much easier to have used the rubber, but for some reason it's not going to let us. So come on. We're nearly there. We're so nearly there. So nearly there. Right, I'm going to give up there. You get the idea. Get the idea. Okay. I'm going to move her. Well, that's about as beautiful as we're going to get. You've seen all the skills there that you need to do. So, right, now let's see how we export. So it's file, export as, we want a TIFF really for high quality. Yeah, there we go, TIFF. We know it's already 300. Let's just check. It's just going to leave it in pixels. So let's do that. Should really have saved a few versions. It's got a 21 megabyte file. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to change the image size for our web version. Okay, so we've got our pixels there, which we need to change to 500 by 500, but we also need to change the DPI to 72. So I'm going to take that out first of all, and then I'm going to change this to 500 by 500, which is what it said to do, and then I'm going to click on OK. There we go, that's the web version, and then I'm going to do file and export as a PNG because that's the most suitable for web. Okay, I did change that to 500, so I'm not quite sure why that's happened. There we go. I don't know, it just needs to have that height for some reason to keep it right. So click on save and see it's a lot smaller now. Okay, and that's my web version. Okay, so hopefully that wasn't too confusing for you. It was the first time I've used it, so it's taken me a while to get to grips with it. Thank you for watching.